again, it's me coming from the bottom of the pond, sounding like I'm in the bottom of a pond. I'm trying a different way of recording the sound. I think there's a funny echo to it, but I think it might be a bit better than the headphones I've been using. We'll see. I'm still too stingy to buy a proper microphone, so just have to deal with it until I feel like I deserve a decent microphone. This is a home movie that my grandfather made it would have been around about 1948, 1949, so it was when my mother was about 2 or 3 years old. It's called The Invisible Girl, as you can see, and this is one of his first attempts at kind of a narrative movie. Ooh, my hands. And as you can see, my grandfather was something of a sort of self-taught genius in terms of filmmaking. His ability to use what was around him to create visual effects, and his director ability to get a naturalistic, normal performance out of his family is astonishing, as you'll see. So the other thing I'll say before I press play is this was filmed in Cleatormore. If you've seen the other video of the parade thingy in the 70s, you'll know that it was a very kind of grey place, even though it's right next to the Lake District. So it's very far up north of England. It is, as I say, near the Lake District. It's also near to a very famous nuclear power plant called Sellafield, then known as Windscale. And during the movie, well, you'll see, it looks very bleak. I promise it isn't that bad. My brother pointed out that it isn't actually that bad. I'm very down on anywhere northern because I live in London now, probably. So let's get into it. I'm going to press play. If my face disappears, it's because I can't see the screen properly from here. So this is The Invisible Girl. So let's get into it. Let's play. Okay, The Invisible Girl. Yep. Title cards. Cast: Diana, Mum, Dad. They did love their gingham, as you'll see. Directed by Dad. So yes, that's my grandfather. There's my mum. Aww. See, you see the resemblance. No. Aww. So she's doing a little somersault out of her cot in the morning. And this is exactly the manoeuvre we used to do when we were kids, and my mother would go, don't do that, you'll break your neck. But as you can see, my mother was clearly a hypocrite. Oh, absolute spit of my daughter and my niece at the same age, little nose. So there she is, yelling, going for a little walk down the garden. I actually do remember this garden from when I was a kid. My grandparents used to take me here. I'm sure there were more trees. Invisible, inadvisable nectar, highly magic. Highly magic. Yeah, well, sod it, just drink it, go on. Off she goes to the compost heap, I think that's the compost heap. And walking down the path. Oh! How did he do that? Inadvisable nectar, highly magic. Oh, here's my grandmother. Where's Diana? Where? Oh, she went and drank this. The magic potion I left lying around. Oh, she's sad. Okay, this is a very iconic scene. This is them having tea. I'm just going to pause it for a second to just say something. Oh, can't pause it. Yes, I can pause it. So this is the cup hanging in midair. The tomato, I think that can't be a cherry tomato. I don't know what that was. So I'm going to pause it. So on my grandmother's neck, you might be able to see that she's got like a little dent. It's just above her collar. Now this is quite interesting actually, because she had tuberculosis there. She had it in, I think it was in a lymph node or under the skin. It's a condition called scrofula, and her mother had it too. And I remember seeing a picture of my grandmother, her sisters and their mother, and you could see on my grandmother and her mum this huge lump in their neck. Now, my great-grandmother, I don't believe ever had it operated on because it would have just been too dangerous at the time. So this was in the 1920s, 1930s. No antibiotics. Surgery was kind of a last resort, and they didn't have, even though they did have antibiotics by the 40s, she'd already had TB by then. Also, they didn't have anything that would treat TB until the 50s, I think. So she's there, got that. I always thought of it as a dent in her neck, and that's what she had. She had surgery to remove the scrofula, saved her life, and so she spent the rest of her life with this dent. And I just found it quite interesting. So there are still people walking around today. Obviously, she died in 2008, but there's still people walking around today whose lives were affected by TB, even though we might think that it doesn't really affect people anymore. Well, this is within certainly my living memory of someone who had it and survived before antibiotics were available. Anyway, just thought it was interesting. I also like the gingham apron, and I will carry on. Explain. This tea I always find interesting, especially now as a parent, because what? Children don't eat this much. Also, I don't think a 2-year-old could do this to an apple. They just like suck it and then give you the chewed up bits. Anyway, she's invisible. She's drinking. I bet that's Bakelite. And there's my grandmother. She looks a bit miserable. Oh yeah, cupcake. My grandmother's fairy cakes were pretty iconic. They were really good. She was a very good kind of like plain cook, you know, with your chops and gravy and peas and your potatoes. Granddad, 2-year-olds cannot spread butter on bread. I've tried to get them to do that. And look, he's flushed. Never mind. She's eating whatever that is. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Just repeat that again. We get the idea. Yeah, it's definitely probably empty. Yeah. Oh. Orange. This is still during rationing. I bet you wasted the whole orange and she was really furious with him. Yeah, in goes the orange. Dippy egg. So my grandmother's was very good with her dippy eggs. Mother Goose. I remember this book. I did read some when we were kids. It is very lightly racist. So now the Invisible Girl is playing the also slightly invisible glockenspiel. So I'm not sure of the rules of this particular universe, because it looks to me like the glockenspiel is also partially invisible. I don't know what. Right. I don't know what that is. And my grandmother knitting, parlour style. It would have been how she'd been taught to knit. She's a very good knitter. Okay, and there she is. And not only is Diana invisible, she is also tiny. She's reading. Now she's dreaming. There she is. Diana, weird creepy doll. Weird creepy doll pram. I think I remember that basket actually. And there she is. Now, it might look like she's walking across a bomb site or something. I don't believe that what you're going to see in a second is a bomb site. I think it might be a slag heap. There she is with her little tricycle going down the garden. Oh, there she is. Yes? Yeah, she was not, you probably saw from the previous video, she wasn't one of nature's tennis players. She's definitely not one of nature's cyclists. And here she is doing something disgusting because she's a toddler. That's fat. No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what she's digging up. I'm gonna go look that plane up on flight radar. Probably not. No? Okay, roll around in the mud for a bit. Yeah, let's go get disgusting. Oh, it's playing with a ball. Or, I don't know if it's a rock. Maybe it's a ball. Go on, throw the ball. catch the ball, fetch. Digging around in the mud. I suppose digging up potatoes is probably something useful that you might conceivably get a toddler to do, although whether you could get them to pull up the potatoes and not eat them, lose them, throw them away. No, actually, oh no, we're just going to chuck mud around. Children are disgusting. So this bit, I thought it was a bomb site. It's not. I mean, it looks like a bomb site. My sister assures me it is not a bomb site. It does look like a bomb site, actually. And here she is selecting a pet rock that she's going to take home with her, probably. Oh, there's Grandma. She's called Annie. Oh, no, I just dreamed my invisible child is visible again. So sad. So she's doing pretty well here because she does not have even a tennis ball and a stick to react to. And the water is also invisible for Diana's bath. Oh, so she's got like a tiny amount of water in the bottom. I think this would make sense. If you had to, they were a fairly middle class family, but they wouldn't have had necessarily hot water on tap. And so you would have just had a small amount of water in the bottom and just mopped the baby down. You wouldn't have bothered filling in the whole bath. The very small baby, yeah. Also very flat baby. There she goes. She's going to put the invisible girl back to bed somehow. The very invisible and also very tiny girl. Very small. Yeah. Aww. There you are. Well, what is Grandma to do with an invisible child? Next morning. There you go. We're going to wake up the invisible girl. Very small girl. I've got a jumper like that. So she's looking at her, thinking, oh, what can we do to make my invisible girl visible again? Oh, there she goes, off with the doll pram, off to dig up some mud probably. Can she open the door? Yes, she can. Oh, so it's Grandma. Oh, it turns out my grandma's a witch. It does make sense, that does explain a lot. Secrets of Magic, that is not a book she left lying around for us to read when we were kids. So, what are we going to do? She's cooking something up. You see, she made really good liver and onions, but I don't think that's what she's doing right now. I think we probably inherited one of those pans, actually. Nice and shiny as well. She wasn't one of those people who seasoned her cast iron pans. No, she just kept them clean. Now, what have we got here? Yeah, insert spoon into child and... Oh, there she is. Sweet. Yeah, Grandad. Yeah. Oh, well, Grandad's invisible, but we probably didn't need to bother with him anyway, did we? The end of Diana production. This is non-rider pass returns, Valhalla, 2 p.m. openings, the Grand National. Yeah, don't look at that. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. That was me reacting to that home movie. I had watched it when I was a kid. I did think it was quite cool that my mum was in the movies, and certainly when I was small I would try and claim that was the case at school, but obviously not really. Yeah, my grandparents lived, as I say, in Cleator. My grandparents also ran a movie theatre in Cleator, and that was why actually my grandfather's exempt from military service in World War II, because it was considered an exempt occupation because it was keeping everyone's morale up, keeping the cinema going. So yeah, he had this passion for movies, for filmmaking, and I might make fun that maybe he wasn't the best at this stuff, but at the same time he didn't have anyone to learn from. You know, he couldn't sit and go on Skillshare and watch a bunch of videos about how to do it. He was just basically working it out as he went along, and I thought it was very cute. And you can definitely see how fond he was of his family, and how adorable my mother was when she was a toddler. Very cute. And yeah, so that's the end of that video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you do like these, let me know, and if you don't, well, there's 10 people watching, so that's okay. And if you like the sound, also let me know. And yeah, I know I look ghastly. Look, I can't just blame the light, I'm just super tired. But anyway, yeah, maybe at some point I will get better lighting and a microphone, you never know.